Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. I continue to be radiant. I remain very hopeful, in this whole group of light, which is growing more and more. Wonderful. Some of you who usually look for messages regarding the progress of the event have been alerted about this period we are going through, which is a period in which Gaia is needing everyone's help, to anchor the energy of the fifth dimension, and accelerate the process. From today onwards, prayers will change their focus a little, as they will be completely focused on the spiritual part of you. I understand that we practically covered all the subjects that could be addressed in the other prayers. So, starting today, let's start taking care of the spiritual side of each one of you. Before starting the prayer, I need to make some explanations. Today the theme of prayer is the higher self. Many of you have heard about the higher self. Who is this higher self? Is it a being? Is it a being of light? Are you a spiritual guide? Who is this superior being? Who is this higher self? So, very simply, I will try to explain it to you. I'll try to be as simple as possible in the explanation because it might make some people confused. But let's go. In order for us to talk about the higher self, we have to talk about the soul. What are souls? Souls are pure energy. They are conscious energies. Then many are already thinking, so you're a soul, right? To a certain extent yes, because I am a conscious energy. Souls, a long time ago, were created by our Father or Mother God. Normally souls come with the objective of evolving. They are born at a low level of evolution, so that they can go through all the necessary lessons, and make their evolution. This is true anywhere in the universe, in any galaxy, in any civilization, on any planet. Every soul, let's simplify, each soul is subdivided into several sub-pieces. Each piece moves in a dimension. No, I'm not going to go into details here about how many pieces souls are divided into. This is not the focus. Let's say it like this, let's make a figure, let's make a figurative element, look at an octopus. What is an octopus? The octopus is a being that has a head and several tentacles. Perhaps the example was not very good, not very happy, but I think it will help you understand. So, it is as if your soul was an octopus, in which there is a center, which is the head, and there is a part, which is the legs, in each dimension. Your soul moves between low and high dimensions, depending on the evolution of each soul. When she is born in the lowest dimension, and as she evolves, she gains the right to have one of her feet placed in other, higher dimensions. So it doesn't mean that all of you are already up there in other dimensions. Many of you are fully here in the third dimension. But there are some pieces of you that remained in lower dimensions, because not everyone goes up. Some continue in those lower dimensions. Continuing. So that head, the central point of the soul, is the one who commands this entire process. It's who knows where each foot, each tentacle, will be at that moment. It's who decides, it's who knows, the moment for a piece of the soul to evolve into another dimension. It is worth saying that this responsible person is directly linked to our Father or Mother God, not in power, but in love and light. So, it's as if he were a boss, taking care of all those tentacles that are below him. So let's give this boss a name, he is your higher self. He is the one who determines where the soul is, what is the level of evolution of the soul, so that it moves between other dimensions. So let's give some explanations, which I think for many, will answer some questions. How do you make contact with beings from the fifth dimension or higher? Can you realize that it is the piece of you that is already there, that makes this contact? Because if you are here, in Tercera, how do you get there? It is because you already have a part of your soul, there in the fifth dimension. Then it is very easy for your higher self to take this piece to the beings of light, and then you receive messages, you see the beings of light, you walk in the ships, because this projection is a piece of you. It's a piece of your soul that's already there. Then many will say, "Ah, so I'm not evolved, because I don't see anything." You can say yes. You can say yes, that your soul has not yet taken the necessary steps to have a piece there in the fifth dimension. That is why it is said that you are multidimensional beings. I believe many have already heard about this. Exactly for this reason, because you gain this possibility of moving up with each evolution you make. But you don't go all the way up, you only go up when evolution is complete at that level. Then you go up completely. Then we can make a parallel, in those who vibrate low, in those who vibrate without love in their hearts. Your souls are almost completely below the third dimension, that's why they vibrate so low, because the degree of evolution was almost zero. So they remain there. They have come this far, yes, they are here in the third dimension, but it is a very small part, so they absorb all the characteristics of the lower dimensions, which is why they are beings that vibrate so low, they have so much evil in their hearts. Because the more evolved, the more love in your hearts. The more evolved, the less low-frequency feelings pass through your hearts and minds. So my brothers, you often have feelings that you have already been through some situation. Yes, this is real, because it is as if you are living the same life, in another dimension. When you have premonitory dreams, in which you see the future, it is because there is a part of you that is already up there, where time is not linear, time exists only in the present. So you can see the future. That's my brothers, that starts to explain a lot. Many gifts that you have, that you don't know where they came from, that's it, it's because there are pieces of your soul that are already highly evolved, and brings to you a part of this evolution, because you are one. Although you are a piece in each dimension, you are one soul, you are one being, with scattered pieces, but you are one being. I think I managed to explain it in a very easy way. Of course, things are not that simple, but this is a way to show you why a lot of things happen. The reason for the gifts, the reason for certain attitudes that you have, that you think are not, that are not you, seems to be something that comes from somewhere else. Yes, it comes from another, lower dimension and ends up reaching you when you lower your vibration. Because when you lower your vibration, you give strength to those pieces that are in the lowest vibrations, and then those feelings, all bad, appear. None of you are fully in the third dimension. None. Maybe I'm being radical. It may be that some of you can be fully on Tercera and with several other pieces higher up, but they are punctual, you can count it on one hand. Because the vast majority don't. The vast majority still have pieces, in the second and first dimensions. That's why you're there, to evolve, to bring these pieces to Tercera. Then you ask, but how do we do that? With each incarnation. When you evolve, these pieces also evolve. And then you leave the lower dimensions. When you all go to the fifth dimension, it's over. You will be fully in the fifth dimension. So understand, because when I say that low vibrational feelings will not resonate with the fifth dimension. Why? Because you will no longer have pieces below the fifth. So how are you going to have low vibrational feelings? No, you will not have any more, because these feelings do not resonate with the fifth dimension. So my brothers, you are multidimensional beings, and who governs all this evolution, whoever knows what is good for your soul is your higher self. Because he is, as if he were the great commander of your soul, it is he who is the head of each of these pieces, he is the one who commands each person's time to evolve, it is he who passes the information from one piece to the other. When you do astral projections, it is your piece of high dimension that is walking around, not you. You are still here. If you were already higher up, totally, you wouldn't be here. So those who go, those who walk, are the pieces, who are in higher vibrations, on the fifth, on the sixth, on the seventh. Yes, you have very tall pieces. The more enlightened you are, the more pieces of you are in the higher dimensions. That's why you have so many gifts, so many powers that you don't understand. It's because your pieces are already there, they are passing on a little to this physical body here. My brothers, you still have much to learn, very. But little by little I'm trying to give you a little knowledge, so that you start to understand some terms that are spoken, not only here, but on other channels. Many have heard this term, being multidimensional, and didn't understand anything. Like this? Like this? Am I multidimensional? So there's the explanation. So realize, once again, that when you are ascended to the fifth, everything that was left below will be evolved. All the pieces of you that are still in lower vibrations will ascend. So these are the pieces that will go up, because there are already many pieces above the quinta, nothing will happen to these. What will happen are those pieces that are in the first, second, third, and fourth, and will move up to the fifth. That's why, for some, this whole transformation of the ascension is so painful. It is so painful, because its pieces, which are in the lower dimensions, are fighting against each other. They are doing everything not to go up, because they enjoy what they are doing. But they have no choice, because you are all being treated to be ascended. So these lower vibrations are being stirred, and who is emanating light, who is vibrating loudly, it is bringing these dimensions are evolving, so that they all stay at the third level. And then, the jump to quinta will be much easier. Now, when you vibrate bad feelings, low frequencies, this ascension process is being exacerbated in these people, and they are becoming even more unbalanced, because the internal fight is so great that they have lost their bearings. That's why some people who were already violent became more violent. Because it's a way of fighting, not to leave where you are. So, I hope I have been clear on what the higher self is. So let's talk about another part. This higher self of yours is the one who commands your soul, is the one who can tell you the path you have to follow. You are often lost, not knowing what direction your lives will take. But you have a commander, who knows exactly what you have to do to evolve. It's not that question, am I going out today in white clothes or in black clothes? My higher self helps me. Don't keep calling your higher self for futile questions, because it won't answer. What he will answer for you are questions: what is my mission? What can I do to evolve? What can I do to help myself and help others? What can I do to make my soul ascend more easily? What can I do to prepare myself more and more for the fifth dimension? These are the questions you have to ask, and he will answer them. So today's topic is the higher self. As I said at the beginning of the video, from now on, we will deal with your spiritual part. So today's prayer is a prayer in which you will learn to call your higher self for a conversation, for that chat, with a very close friend, who loves them very much, and that he only wants to see the good in you. So, this will be the theme of our prayer: how to anchor your higher self in your chest, so that it is always there, giving you ideas, showing you the path, facilitating your evolution. This is today's prayer. So let's go. Notice, today's prayer will not have my name, because you will not be praying to me. I will just be guiding you on this path. My Archangel Michael, may you guide me in this prayer for anchoring my higher self in my heart. My higher self, I place myself here, full, open, with my radiant heart, so that you can inhabit my heart chamber. May you be present in my chest. May you be present in my mind. May you be present in my life. And may you be the master, who will guide me appropriately, to evolve into the fifth dimension, easily and completely. May I have the strength, through the strength of my vibration, to elevate all of myselves, who are below this dimension, so that we can all evolve, and ascend to the fifth dimension together. Then my brothers, you will say this prayer, and from the moment you finish, you will have your higher self anchored in your chest. What difference will this make for you? A clearer vision of the path, purpose, attitudes, how to do it, to evolve, on how to improve. How to talk to your higher self. You just need to go within, like a little meditation. You have to learn to listen. Not listening, literally, in the ear. Many times when we say, you have to listen to your masters, it is a thought, it is a word, it's an image that comes to your mind. Things don't come in one form, like a note, explaining. No. You go within, they calm down, after a few deep breaths, call on your higher self. Ask him to show you the way. And empty your mind. It may be that the first few times, you don't see or hear anything. But make it an exercise. And, little by little, you will begin to listen, a word, a thought, an image will come to your mind. Many times you will get up and someone will tell you something that is the answer to what you asked. Learn to listen to the universe, because answers come in many forms. Not saying, blowing into your physical ear. Learn to listen, learn to capture the messages that the universe sends, because it passes in different ways. You have to be open to this. Pay attention to every movement. So my brothers, today we begin a new journey, towards the spirit. To the treatment of the spirit, of his soul. So, say this prayer and from now on, you have a friend, who will show you the way. I am Archangel Michael. And I am here, as I have always said, trying to elevate each one of you. Rest assured, whoever is with me here is managing to elevate their pieces, which are in the lowest dimensions. Be sure of that.